All right, I'm going to talk about 6.21, but I'm not going to use the section in the book because I don't really like it. So I'm going to use some worksheets and some things that I found before. And we're going to do some more work with the simple interest formula. So we learned about this last time, and if you recall, the simple interest formula looks like this. I equals PRT. And if I define these terms really fast, I can write that I is the interest. And if I write the term, because I saw some people curious about what each part meant, this is always going to be in money. My principal is the initial deposit or loan, and that's in money as well. My R is the rate. That's the rate that I'm going to get back on my investment, or that I'm going to have to pay for the privilege of lending money or privilege of borrowing money, and that's going to be in a percent. Now, remember, it's not in a percent in the formula because it's going to be written as a decimal, but typically we're going to say the rate as a percent. And then lastly, we have the T, which is time, and this is in years. So occasionally, I don't think we've had to do any transferring between years, but you might have to in some cases. This section is basically going to, instead of just be finding the I, so if I say I equals PRT, last time we were just finding this guy here, this I, and it was really easy because all we had to do was multiply the other things together, make sure to turn the rate into a percent. This time it's going to be asking us how to find the principal, how to find the rate, or how to find the time. And we're just going to need to do some basic algebra in order to figure out exactly what we are doing. Give me 1 second to pull up the section that we're working on. So for example, let's take a look at this one. Oops, wrong color. Now, if you feel like you can do these without the video, then go ahead. I'm just going to show a couple of examples, though, if you're curious. This one says, how much principal? And to earn 30.88 in 1 year at 4%. Okay, so in this case, I'm looking for the principal. So that means the P is the part that I don't know, and I am going to fill in all the rest of the things that I do know. So I made 30. So let me write my formula first. I equals P R T. Slide this up. Okay, the interest I got was 30.88. My principal, well, I don't know that. My rate, I know, is 4%, which is 0.04. And my time is 1 year. So I can simplify this out, and I can write 30.88 equals P times 0.04. All right, so now to get to the P, just some quick, simple algebra. I'm going to pull up my little calculator. And all I'm going to do is I want to get rid of this. I want to get P by itself. So I'm going to divide both sides here by 0.04. 0.04. And that's going to give me my principal is, because these cancel out, 30.88 divided by 0.04. $772. So that would be the initial investment after a year at 4% that I would need to put in to earn this money, or if I was borrowing it, that would be the money I'd have to pay. Or sorry, this 30.88 would be the money I'd have to pay. Let's do one more quick example. And let's take a look at this one. Okay. Oh, this one already, let's see, what was the rate? There we go. All right, cost of a loan is So, cost of a loan for $183 over 9 years is $164.70. So in this case, the cost of a loan for $183 over 9 years is $164. So I can say that my P equals, I equals PRT. The interest is going to be the cost that I have to buy for something. So that means I paid $164.70 for $183, which was my principal, my initial amount. And this time, look, the cost is almost the same price as the loan, but that's because it was over 9 years. So I'm going to expect a pretty big rate on this one. Times R times 9 years. So this case, I'm looking for this R, and this is what I'm going to be solving for. And I'm going to be solving the same way that I did before. Wow, that was a terrible little arrow. I think you still get it, though. And I'm going to need to solve it. So I'm going to simplify this side. I can just move that 9 over to that 183, and then say 183 times 9 is equal to 1,647. So in this case, I'm just going to isolate that R by dividing. I'm going to divide this by 1,647. Well, that's suspicious. There's the number is almost the same on the top and the bottom. I'm going to guess they got this 164 at 10%, but let me check and make sure. 1647.1. And if I'm going to write that as a percent, it's going to give me 10% for that rate. You're going to be solving all of these, and the big key here is reading the question and trying to figure out which number is which. Remember how we talked about the I is the interest, the money that you had to pay, or the money that you get. The principal is the initial investment. The R is the rate that it's at, and the T is the time that either you are lending the money or that a bank is going to pay you for your savings account. And that's it. Good luck.